Alright, so I kind of realized that I didn't really sum things up at the yesterday as far as what I did and all. So I'll do that now. I pulled the motor out. The leak, if there was one, around the oil filter wasn't very much of a leak. It may have been leaking a little bit right on that edge where I saw that drip the other day. Another thing that occurred to me is it may have been that what I saw leaking down was just oil that had blown up in there before I swapped out the push rod tubes. It got hot and was running down, because really there wasn't much oil on the top of the motor right where that cooler is at. But I went ahead and replaced the seals anyway. I put it back in there. I didn't do a lot of other stuff to the motor, and that was hard for me because it's really easy once you pull one out and you start looking at it to just tear all kind of things apart and put them all back together, and I didn't really want to go that route. One of the things I did notice was that the muffler is in pretty sad shape, but it's still functional, and one of the pipes is a little loose. You may notice it's kind of hanging down more than the other one. That's because I grabbed the pipes to wiggle the motor in and out, and one of them was pretty rusty, so I kind of joggled it around. Stan was over here yesterday and we were talking about all this, and he said it's pretty easy to patch those things up, you know, and I kind of agreed with him. I looked online at a muffler and they're not too cheap, and putting them on there is quite the process. These things has little bolts that go into the heads that you have to take loose. It's pretty hard to get them disconnected and reconnected without ruining them. And you know, I figured I could have heated those, probably got them off, but that would have involved a whole other process. I'd had to order more parts, so I just decided, heck, I'm putting this back in there. I did. The plug wires are really crispy on it, and I've got a new distributor for it, but I haven't put it in there yet. Instead, I ordered new plug wires. I'm going to put them on there and put the new distributor in it as soon as I get them. And then I think she'll be ready to ride for a little while. I did cut out some of the rusty stuff back here in the back, and I'm gonna, you know, close that off with some boardage and stuff like that. In fact, I don't know if this piece will fit right back in there, or whether I probably need me a bigger piece of plywood there now. But I can do that. So let's talk about this other thing, the Crosley. Stan came over yesterday and I worked out a deal to swap him some of the junk that I'm wanting to get rid of anyway, and he's going to do some pinstriping on the Crosley, so that's kind of fun. That's in the works. I also went and bought a new battery for the motorcycle yesterday. That dang battery was dead. Hard to sell a bike with a bad battery, so I just decided to bite a bullet and go to town and buy me a new battery. So I'm going to go out here this morning and get that battery back in the bike, and we'll kind of take things from there. That's the plan.